Good morning. It's Sunday morning, and I would like to share a quick thought with you on last week's parasha, Parshas Chayei Sorrow. We know that there's a concept that the written Torah does not waste any words. And if there is a word or a letter somewhere where it shouldn't be, then we actually can learn something from it. And so the Gemara, the oral Torah, the oral tradition, learns and derives a lot of different concepts and principles in Jewish law from little letters that are not meant to be, or maybe that seem to be extra. But in our parasha, and actually all the parshas and parshas Bereshis, we find that the Torah tells us in length and goes into real detail to explain what happened. And so we have to ask ourselves the question, why? Why couldn't it be just shorter? So in our parsha we find Eliezer telling over his story, how he went from Avram's place to search for Rivkah, for wife, for Yitzchak. And Rashi mentions a very strange phrase from Rav Acha. Rav Acha says that the conversations of our forefathers' servants are more beautiful, more important in Hashem's eyes than the Torah of their children, which is just what we said. We said a lot of things which relate to halacha we learn out from little letters, but the stories of our forefathers and the conversations between Eliezer and Lovon and Besuel, there's really lots of details there. You know, the Torah doesn't seem to spare any words. And why is that? What can we learn from this particular story with Eliezer? And I heard a beautiful explanation which is so nice and I think really a very important concept for us as well. And that is that don't forget that Eliezer, after all, was the servant of Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu was a very righteous man. He was probably the most righteous man in his generation. And he was also very wealthy, right? He even wrote a special letter which he gave to Eliezer. So Eliezer should be able to prove that all the wealth and all the possessions will go to Yitzchak. So Eliezer goes to search for a bride for the son of the most righteous and probably one of the wealthiest people in his generation. What is he worried about? And we find that still Eliezer, being righteously as well, prays to Hashem and asks Hashem for guidance. He does not rely on this letter. He does not rely on the wealth of Avraham Avinu. He does not rely on the simple nature of things, that things will work out, because, Yitzchak himself is a very righteous man, and he will be very wealthy. So, why should I worry? Eliezer doesn't do that. Eliezer asks Hashem with all of his heart, and he really goes into length to ask for even special hints, because he wants to make sure, he wants to find the real and the best bride for Yitzchak. How many times in our lives do we think things will work out? We have that. We get used to things, right? And we don't even ask. We don't even ask for help anymore from Hashem. And I think this person who told me what this word said, that's what we learned from it. We learned that that's why the Torah went into length to explain the story of Eliezer, to teach us that no matter how much we have, we still have to ask Hashem for help and still reach out and approach Hashem to direct us and guide us in the right ways. I wish you a wonderful week. Let's take this message and try to live it. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.